Hey paddle enthusiasts, welcome to Padel Smash Academy.
My name is Cez, paddle club owner and entrepreneur. Next to me is Julian, paddle master coach, and we're all about paddle. Welcome back, guys, to Padel Smash Academy. And today we have a special guest, Nicolas Xiviller. So when did you start paddle or tennis? So which one did you start first?
I started, everyone thinks that I started with tennis, but the real story is that I started with paddle because my father was professional paddle player in that time. Like I'm talking 15 years ago. I was 8 years old. So he did like a hobby. He had his job, and when he was done with his job, he was going to train and to play matches and tournaments. So I remember that staying 2 hours watching him training or also the matches for a little window, because in that moment the paddle was concrete, was like hard court, and also the wall, so wasn't a good way to see what they were doing. But I remember that was a window and I was there watching how they play for 2 hours like that, like this, just for after the match or the training session to play 10 minutes with him. So nothing. I started with paddle until my father, in that moment, how I said before, the court was hard, so was for the rotation and that was a lot of paddle players had injuries in their knees.
Yeah.
So he injured his both knees. So there he told me, no, Nico, he stopped playing paddle, and he put me on a tennis court, and I didn't see a paddle court until like 2 years ago when I started again.
Wow. Now was that wasn't here, right? Where is that?
When I started again?
Yeah. No. When you started originally playing paddle.
No. That was in Uruguay. In Uruguay, where I'm from.
You're from Uruguay, from Montevideo?
From Montevideo, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
Good.
then I started my tennis career since I think 10 years old to 20 years old when I retired because it was a lot of expenses.
And what was your highest ranking in
Highest
as a
ranking,
tennis pro?
I think 900, 1000. I had 14 ATP points with 19 years old, so I think I played Davis Cup too. I think I did the best as I could with what I had in that moment.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult. It's a difficult career.
Oh yeah. So how did you transition from tennis to paddle? And where was that here?
Was here in Miami 2 years ago. A friend is called Juan Escardino. Hey Juan, how are you doing? He invited me. I remember was 2 years ago. He invited me to play paddle, and I say, of course, why not? And we went there, and there was.
You fell in love with it again.
Yeah. I remember that the first time there on the court, and was like, why I didn't do this before? When I didn't do this since I retired tennis, I was losing. I lost a few years there.
So a big question. So what do you like better, tennis or paddle?
I love tennis, but paddle is amazing. It's too much fun. I think I prefer right now paddle. Yeah.
So at what point did you take paddle seriously?
Since the first day, I started searching, like, I want to play tournament. I got that feeling back of competing that I lost when I retired in tennis.
Let me ask you a question. When you first originally played paddle, and there's different shots in paddle that are different than tennis. So when you started playing tennis and went back to paddle, did you remember those shots, or did you have to relearn that again? I'm talking about like the bandeja, the víbora, the back walls and those things.
I remember like some shots. I remember because watching my father, so it wasn't new for me. Okay. But yes, there was new things that I had to go better because
right.
Yeah, one of the shots that doesn't exist in tennis is the víbora or bandeja.
Did you remember that back in the day, or did you have to kind
No,
of relearn that? You have to relearn that.
I didn't remember. Yeah, I didn't remember.
But the smash, you remember, right? That's the easy
The
one.
smash, yeah, smash and volley.
Volley, right.
In padel, you need to, when you have the time, you need to add more slice, more follow through. Also, in tennis is more just blocking the ball.
Right.
Here, when you have the time, when the ball is easier, but it's
Como una cuchilla.
Exactly. It's different as tennis. So.
And let me ask you now. So what is that you're doing right now? Right now you're doing tennis. You mean as a job? You're doing tennis or paddle? Or you're doing both? Or you're doing one or the other?
These 2 years, since I started with padel, I was doing both things. I was teaching tennis. I was the director of Rivera School, the high performance director over there. So I was doing both things, but now it was time to take a decision.
To make the jump.
Exactly. I wait as much as I can, but it's time.
So now you're planning to make paddle your way of life.
Exactly.
Meaning that's how you're going to earn your money, either by coaching or by playing or by doing both.
Exactly. And I think it's better if I focus only in one thing. I'm going to be better. It's difficult to be doing a lot of things. So now I'm going to be 100% in paddle, and let's see what happens.
So do you coach paddle right now as well?
Yeah, I coach paddle and I train every day.
And what clubs do you coach paddle?
Right now I don't have a
Specific club?
I don't have a specific club. Yeah.
And what tournaments do you play?
Our goal with my partner, on this year since I started, is Fernando Alarcón. And we are planning to play as much as we can the USPA. So we go as high as we can on the ranking. The goal we set is to be number one of USA. I don't know that's the goal. Let's see what happens.
You're close. You know you're in the top
Well,
5.
you're number 5 and Fernando is number 4.
It's number 4, and we it's not that much point the difference. So we're going to try our best to make it happen. Let's see. Maybe not this year, maybe the next one, but the goal is there.
How far off are you guys from Peter Alonso?
Yeah.
I'm talking about within the top 10.
So 2 years ago, I thought like the distance was like this, but my mind was positive. I can get there. Little by little, and I think I got closer. This year we had an amazing match on a USPA, and we won that match. I was so happy about that because 2 years ago I thought it was impossible. Not impossible, but too difficult to get to that level. And now I think he has a lot of things better than me, of course, because he has like 20 years more of pride than me. But little by little, I think I'm getting to that level.
So do all the players use him as a standard, I'm assuming?
Yeah. No, I think Peter to come here in the USA was great for us. Also the players that want to become better, because raise up the level too.
They try harder. All right, Nicolas, let's talk about the PPL. So there's a lot of people want to know about it, and you get drafted and where are you playing and all these different things. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the PPL and how that works?
I don't know that much, to be honest, but I'm very excited about this because
You got signed for what team?
For Toronto. I was signed as number 1 of Toronto team, the Polar Bears. Let's go, Ositos.
So how did that work? How did you get drafted? Were you on a phone or watching
I was
YouTube?
watching
or
because they post, okay, they post in Instagram that they were doing a live, that people were going to be drafted, and I went there online. In the first pick, they chose me, and I was.
Wow.
What
you were the man, huh?
But let me ask you something, but you have to submit an application for you to be chosen. So you submit an application, said, I'm interested.
I put my whole information, everything, the ranking, the USA ranking. They also ask videos, pictures.
Okay.
So I signed an application.
Wow, that's great. And so then they drafted you. So what are your responsibilities as playing for the Toronto, right?
I don't know that. To be honest, I don't know that much.
Okay.
I know that the first season is next month. I think we are playing in Tampa, and there I think it's going to come up news every day.
And then they go to Tampa. All the teams that go to Tampa.
All the teams.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
we are 8 teams.
No, because you're signed by Toronto, you have to be on Toronto location or anything like that. So you can be anywhere, and you only play in Tampa. Or you're gonna be playing somewhere else too.
Right now, the first season I think is here in USA. I don't know in the future. I know that there are also team Cancun, and other teams. I don't know if.
Well, we have Miami.
We have Miami, Arkansas. Yeah.
Let me ask you a very juicy question.
Mm-hmm.
So that's professional paddle league. So you're getting paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That was another question.
How much?
Oh man! If you win or if you lose.
I think that's already said. So I think I can talk about this. Huh?
Of course, especially in this podcast. Nobody knows about this podcast.
So is per match is 1,000.
Just to win or to lose.
Just
to play.
Just for putting yourself on the court is 1,000 a match.
Okay.
The matches are Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is against one team and Sunday is against another team.
So you play only 2 matches that weekend.
But there is 3 matches. The men's, then women's, and then mix.
Oh, so you play with another.
If you play men's and mix, you put yourself on the court twice, or you win more money.
So how do you decide your partner, or do they assign you a partner? Or?
They assign you a partner. Yeah.
Wow. So win or lose is $1,000, and if you win, you get more money. Or
you get more. I know. Yes.
So
I don't know how much, but
you get a minimum of $1,000 just to play. So for a weekend, it could be $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
And who decides?
I think if you play Saturday and Sunday, and you play both twice each day, is for.
Well, that could be a nice.
I'm not doing only this for the money, but it's good for us.
Yeah, it's a good payoff. I mean.
That's another question: is how, do you see these tournaments now increasing in prizes? Because I've seen Red Paddle, I see this. Everything's pushing the standards up. And is that a good thing? And how about the sponsorships? Are they also increasing what they're paying you or they're offering you?
For me, it's great that they are offering the money, because it's also great to grow the sport. So because more people, I can take money about this, and they're going to start playing more and
take it to the next level.
Exactly.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think people will be able to make a living playing paddle at one point?
I think they do in the World Paddle Tour.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about here in the U.S.
Here, I think yes.
Yeah.
Right. Now I'm assuming with prize money and with sponsorships.
With sponsors, yes.
So how much of the sponsorships really, what part of that is in your revenue? Let's just say every year. Is it half? Is it 30%? And what do they provide?
I don't know. Right now, I don't have any sponsors, so hit me up. But yes, I think I don't know. Like I know that LeBron has Red Bull, Baulat, and a lot of money that he does in the year is more from the sponsor than from the prize money.
Prize money, yeah.
So yes, sponsors are important for a player career.
That sounds exciting. I mean, I think it would be great. I mean, eventually, there's only one way to go here. It's up. Mm-hmm. So eventually, I mean, you're getting to the beginning of this long journey. I think my vision as a coach too, of paddle coach, I see professional paddle going to the next level within the next couple of years, and more people get involved. Every day you see Juan Martín del Potro get involved. Former tennis players getting involved.
One of the owners of my team of Toronto, of the Polar Bears, is Giovinco. He's a soccer player from the Juventus.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, that's exciting. So
Yeah, the other day I saw also a video of Messi saying I love padel.
Yeah.
Also, I know Beckham plays padel.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
it's because it's an amazing sport.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. Now going back to
It's
PPL, is that just a one event that 1 month and then that's it, or they're gonna have multiple events through the year?
I think it's on long term.
Long term.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get drafted only for 1 year, or
It's for the contract is for 1 year. Next year, the next season, I think like in soccer and all that, you have the choice if they want to renew the contract or maybe another
Within a draft.
Yeah.
And do you know who's in your team right now?
Yeah, in my team in men's, in my team of men's is me, Mariano Cabrera, Fausto, and Nico Quetzo.
What's the next step for Nicolas in paddle? I mean, where do you see yourself now in the next 3 years? You're seeing a lot of development in leagues and prize money. What's your ultimate goal in paddle?
I want to be the best player I can. I don't know. That's my goal, to get. I'm not competing with nobody. I'm just competing with myself to be the best as I can, as I did it in tennis. Just because I love it. I love the process. I try to enjoy every day and to every day get a 1% better.
How many hours do you train per day?
Right now I increase. Now I'm training 3 hours a day. Before when I was working as director and that 1 hour and a half every day. But now that I have more time, I do it.
And how do you divide your 3 hours? I mean, you do any physical conditioning or just pure
Yes,
on
it's
court?
two in court,
Okay.
and one with my personal trainer. That is my brother.
Okay.
I bring him here from Uruguay, and I'm doing every day 1 hour with him on the gym and specific things
To help your
Yeah.
game paddle. Yeah.
like I did in tennis. I remember that was 2 hours. 2 hours in tennis. I was 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
2 hours in the morning tennis, 2 hours in the afternoon tennis, and 1 hour.
Yeah, I
Fitness.
mean, tennis is single, so the physical condition is much more
Yeah.
important. You know, it's much
Yeah.
more mental and all that. Here, it's smaller space, but yeah, you have to spend the time on the court.
What do you think about the clubs? The new clubs opening up. You got Ultra, you got Reserve.
Yeah,
you got a lot of clubs
It's
opening up.
growing
What do
now.
you think?
Another place in Chicago open.
I'm going there this weekend.
Yeah, amazing. I was
With Rudy,
unable.
yeah.
They did a tournament. They did a tournament there for the inauguration. I wasn't able to go, but my partner Fernando went and he showed me a video of the place. It's looking
Amazing. Huh?
great.
Indoors too
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
No, an Ultra Reserve, great places to play. Wynwood, amazing. Like as always, there's also Padel Life. That was one of the places I started playing 2 years ago. Now there are courts.
Yeah. And that's
also,
what we need. Actually, to be better, you need the facilities. You need the courts. It's
Also-
like the chicken of the egg. You need to have the chicken to have the eggs.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So if not, you can't really become a good player or make the paddle grow.
And now there are also people that are building courts in their houses. I
Yeah.
have a friend that built a court in Pinecrest here in his house, and it's great. So I think it's coming bigger.
Let me ask something. Before the interview, we started the interview. We were talking about your last tournament, which was Las Vegas. That you guys made it to the finals, and you lost against Nico.
We lost against Nico Gretelli and Luis Estrada. That they're great opponents and great friends too.
Yeah,
I enjoy playing with them.
And
every time.
we were talking about, because I did play in that club as well, that how much difference are the weather conditions. You know, Las Vegas, higher altitude, super dry, super hot, so the ball tends to fly much more compared to here in Florida. So tell us about your experience there, or those matches, how did it go? How did you adapt it to it?
Was too fast. I think was the fastest paddle I ever played. It was like very different as here in Miami. To be honest, I didn't like it that much because the point was short. I like long point, more feeling, you know.
Yeah.
Here was too fast. I love that was on
On the baseline.
On the baseline, they can hit it and bring it back the ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was too fast.
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much. But that's part. You need to adapt. A good player play in every place. So.
And let me ask, when you got there, did you have time to prepare for the match, or you just got there into the tournament and you went straight to play? Because I mean, I think that will be. That's why in tennis, professional players, they go there a week or a few days before to. You got to get used to the balls, the weather, the conditions, and all. Did you have time to prepare?
We arrived Friday, and yes, we went on the court like 1 hour, but wasn't enough.
Yeah. And you were saying also the balls that were different as well.
They were Adidas, and they were also fast. Like I think it's better if a court is fast as that. If you put more like in tennis, I played in La Paz, Bolivia, but the tennis balls were dead because the ball doesn't fly everywhere. Yeah. So I think if the court is fast like that, it's better to put a bit more. Yeah. So it's more padel.
Yeah. I tell especially here with the weather, when it gets humid and wet and all that, I always tell my students that every day is a different game that you have to play because you have to adapt to the weather conditions of that specific day. Mm-hmm. You know, if the courts are wet or the balls are humid, because here the ball doesn't run, you know, when they're super wet. So I think the adaptation is very important for everybody to know.
So the people that may not know, why was it very fast? Because of the heat and humidity?
Because it was high, the altitude.
Oh, the altitude.
I think it's 2,400, something like that, of altitude. And also the court was hot. Also the court was a bit old. So
But when it's that hot, I mean, one of the things that for the viewers and listeners to know that when the glass gets very hot, also, the ball jumps much more out of the glasses.
You saw the World Padel Tour, I think in Chile.
Yeah,
that was also fast. Yeah. The players were hitting from behind the line every time.
Yeah.
So is that what you did? You adapted a little bit, started hitting behind the line as well, started changing a little bit your game, right?
Yeah. You have to, if the conditions are like that, you better hit. If not, they're gonna smash you. They're gonna smash you, right?
Yeah, I got the same feeling when I was playing there that it was very difficult to control the shot. I was like all over the place. You know?
Yeah, it's very fast.
Yeah, and when it's dry here in South Florida, the humidity plays a big factor because everything gets very heavy. There it's super dry and the ball's very lively.
I prefer to play not fast and not slow. Like something in the middle is better padel, but you need to adapt. Yeah. It's like that.
When is your next tournament?
I'm going to play the 28th of this month, of April, the Red Padel. That there's a big...
Where?
In the Woodlands, that's in Houston.
Oh, in Texas.
In Texas, Houston, the Woodlands.
Yeah, that's the one that we talk about in the podcast, about $20,000 in prize money.
Yeah, they put, so it's going, I think, with 20,000, they're going to players from all over the place are going to, with good level, because they also have a rating. So it's not like anyone can play. You need to have a specific rating for the Division 1, for the first draw.
So they have their own rating then system?
They have their own rating.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And where are you in that rating?
I'm in Division 1. I think I'm 17. My rating is 17.
Now, who are you going to be playing with?
With Fernando.
Okay. Let me ask you one thing. Now you've been playing with Fernando, which he's an amazing player. How do you sometimes you see couples breaking up and changing partners and all that. And I know Fernando had a few other partners than you, but you guys have been playing together, maybe 6, 7 tournaments already?
So, yes, since January of this year, we played like 6, 7 tournaments and we did pretty good. We had,
you guys won a couple of tournaments, right?
Yeah, we won. We won 4 out of 5 USPA. We played 5, we won 4, and we lost here in the final in Las Vegas. Then we lost semifinals in one Red Padel.
Oh, that was with Peter Alonso.
Yeah. No, that was with Gaby Meana and two others, great players. And that's it.
And let me ask one thing. Do you think will be the secret to have that chemistry going for such a long time? When you have two players You know, what do you think is the
Good communication. Like you need to have a feeling with your partner. Like you cannot go and put faces on him.
Yeah.
Like that, because that may cause trouble in the feeling of the team. Sometimes some faces are how you say silence.
yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
Naturally you do a face like this, but when you realize it's okay, come on, partner.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the good way to keep going in a match, because if it's a team game, so
Yeah, you got to motivate your partner.
Exactly.
Positive.
And you having Fernando next to you, that you know he has much more experience as a paddle player now. Have you learned a lot from him?
yes, a lot of him. I learned a lot of him, a lot of tactics. I learned with him a lot of not too much technique, because with that I'm also tennis coach, so I see the strokes of the professional tennis player, and I try to copy them and to put it in my game.
The paddle players.
The paddle player.
Yeah.
I need to. Yeah, I think I need
strategies, mostly strategies.
more he helped me more on how to play how to build a point, not to rush, wait the opportunity to attack.
When to defend, when to attack.
Exactly,
you know.
when to do a
Adjust.
lob. Yeah.
Excellent.
That's all experience. That's
Exactly.
really all
Yeah.
experience,
No,
you know.
Fernando was, I think, for 7 years he was the number one of USA. Now when Peter came, he didn't lose a single tournament, and now Peter is the number one.
Yeah.
But we are trying to recover that.
Recapture that.
That's excellent. Well, Nico, I mean, we just want to say thank you so much for stopping by. It was a pleasure talking to you, and we know that you know, and we know that you're looking for sponsors. So anyone listening, he's the top 5 player in the nation, the United States. It doesn't get any better than him. So if you're looking for a great paddle player or sponsor or even coach, here's the guy right here.
Thank you, Julian and Cesar. It was great to talk with you, and keep going like what you are doing, because it's great. I love the content. Nothing. Let's keep growing paddle.
Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications.
And remember, it's free $99. It doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button.
Thanks for tuning in to Padel Smash Academy. We hope you'll find our videos informative, helpful in improving your game and learning all things paddle.
So until next time, keep improving your game. And remember, learn, play, and share.